everyone, it is Holly and I am here with my spring wrap up. I do not know fully what I did in my winter wrap up, so who knows. We're gonna go over some stats and I will try to just like breeze really quick through all the books I read with some quick thoughts. So I read in the last 3 months, April, May, June, I read 20 books for 7,511 pages, which is pretty good. I'm still not hitting my Goodreads goal, but I'm okay with it. It's fine, no pressure. 15 adult books, 5 YA. I had 1 DNF, 4 3 stars, 9 4 stars, and 6 5 stars. I was blown away. How many of those were rereads? Probably not a lot because there's only 1 reread in this whole thing. I read 8 fantasy, 1 historical, and 11 romances, which I feel like is a pretty good split. Now there's gonna be romance in like every fantasy I read, but because I am me, but it is what it is. So those are just like the quick and dirty stats that I feel like really matter. So let's go over the books. I have my little reading spreadsheet right here. We'll go over them in order. Oh, the first one's the DNF. So first was Twisted Games by Anna Huang. This was the second book I read by her. I did not love the first book in the series, but I was like, let me keep going. She's so popular. People love her. Not me. I think she's just not for me. So I DNF'd this book. And that's sad. And I'm sorry to be out of the loop. But there are too many books to read for me to read books that I'm not enjoying. So, next was Beautifully Broken Pieces by Catherine Cowles, which I gave 4 stars. The first Catherine Cowles book I ever read, I did not love. But I'm so glad I gave her another chance because ever since then, I have been immensely in love with her books. Next was Courting Darkness by Robin Lefevers. This is part of my series challenge for the year. This is a like spin-off companion series to the His Fair Assassins trilogy, and it follows Sabella, who is in the second book in that series, Dark Triumph, and a new character named Genevieve, who is also from the convent of Saint Mortaine. And Sabella was my favorite in His Fair Assassins. So I knew I had to read this. I gave it 5 stars and I loved it. I'm currently reading the second book. Next was Dreams Lie Beneath by Rebecca Ross. This was for my Try a Chapter book box project I'm working on, and I gave this 5 wonderful, beautiful, fantastic stars. I love this. I love Rebecca Ross. Rebecca, you and me. I mean, I think I need to read 1 more book by her that's like, because I've read 3 books, but 2 of them are a duology, so I feel like we can't fully count that. But I think we need at least 1 more book, and then we're going to know. We're going to know that Rebecca and I are together. We are connected, and she is a favorite auto-buy author. That's what I'm thinking. So, but I think she's going to be there. I think it's her. It's Bridget Kemmerer. It's Danielle L. Jensen. This is the fantasy I want in my life. Romance? It's not romantasy. Maybe. It's not steamy. But like the romance here, perfection, beautiful, wonderful, fantastic, obsessed. Anyways, next I read my first Abby Jimenez, and it was a novella. It was called The Fall Risk. I think I got this through Kindle. Yeah, Kindle Unlimited. It was like an audio one, and I gave this 4 stars. I really liked it. I've since purchased, before I canceled my Audible, I had some credits to use. So I bought another Abby Jimenez. That was almost really hard for me. I almost like stuttered. I do not have a stutter. Another book by her, and I am excited to read it. I will hopefully read it for this summer. This was very cute. It like was missing a little something for me, but it was a novella. I think that's pretty common there. Next was Shielded by Kaylin Flanders. This was another Try a Chapter one. This one I liked more in the beginning, less in the end. It's 3 stars. It does have a sequel / companion. I'm not sure I'm going to read that one. Probably not, maybe. Next was my one reread, and that was A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. I reread this on audio for my library in preparation for a Curse Carved in Bones release, and guess what? It was just as good the first time as the first time. It was amazing. I think half of my success in my run training was that I had some pretty rough runs listening to this, and I was just like dialed in, obsessed. Next was Captivated by Tessa Bailey and Eve Dangerfield, I think is her name. Yes. This is a contemporary romance. I read it. I was looking for consensual non-consent romance racks, and I'm just trying to fill the asking for it hole in my heart. And since I purchased that earlier this year, and I was just like, you know, I want a book like that, and I'm always looking for one. So if you have one, let me know, because this was not it. I give it 3 stars. I got this on Kindle Unlimited, so it was fine. It is cute and like fairly lighthearted, which is nice, like with the content, because there is consensual non-consent, but especially the main female character, she was a little annoying to me, and I don't feel like I often feel that way, so I feel like that's saying something. Next was It's Hard Out Here for a Duke by Maya Rodell. This was the last book in the Keeping Up with the Cavendishes series, which means I have now finished that series, and that was on my series goal for the year. I gave this 3 stars. I really enjoyed this series when it began, and I have liked some other Maya Rodell, and this series was just not it at the end. Like, not it, unfortunately. Next was Witches, which was like the 12th or something graphic novel in the Fable series by Bill Willingham and some other people. I give this one 4 stars. I have read too many of these at this point. I think 3 this year to remember all of them and the differences. So next, I read A Curse Carved in Bone by Daniel L. Jensen, and you may or may not be surprised to know I gave it 5 stars. I loved it. It was so intense. Literally, my Fitbit said that I had an aerobic workout while reading this book because my heart was racing. I feel like I have not seen other people talk about this book, but I feel like I could see some people being like not liking certain things, but this was just wonderful for me. I just love Danielle L. Jensen. Next was Sisters of the Snake by Serena and Sasha Nanuna, and this was a try-a-chapter book. I actually ended up, even though I own a physical copy, I ended up getting it from my library book on audio, and initially I liked it, and then I was like, I don't know, and then I liked it. So I gave it 4 stars. There is a sequel. Now, I don't think there has to be a sequel. You could read it as a standalone, but there is a sequel, and I think I'm going to get it. My library has it on audio. I generally enjoyed the audiobook. But if I don't read it this year, I won't read it. My Darling Bride by Ilsa Madden-Mills. I had only read 1 book by her previously, and this was on Kindle Unlimited as an ebook, but had an audio option, and I decided to read it. I gave it 4 stars. It was very cute. This was exactly what I was looking for, just like light, like fairly light, occasional serious moments, contemporary romance. This was giving me the contemporary romance I used to read in like the early 2010s. That's what it was giving me, and I loved it. Next was Jade Fire Gold by June C.L. Tan, another try-a-chapter book box video book, which I gave 3 stars. This one had such potential. I was really enjoying it in the beginning, and then there was like a spot where like the romance became involved, and then it just went, and the pacing got weird. It was a no for me. Also, this is a standalone, but has an open ending, so I don't know. Next was, I can't believe it, but I got a book because of a Facebook ad. So guess what, authors? They do work. And it's called Aaron's Obsession. It's by Jolie Vines, and it's on Kindle Unlimited, and I devoured this book. I almost feel like I should update my rating from a 4 to a 5, but I can't bring myself to do it. This immediately sucked me in. I want to read all of her books now. I'm going to read the rest of the series at least. And as long as I'm still enjoying them, my plan is to just go read her backlist. It seems like she has a bunch of books. This is like kind of mafia adjacent. It's definitely dark. Definitely check out triggers. But it was exactly what I wanted in the moment. I think I just wanted something like highly emotional. I wanted to like feel something, you know? Very different from My Darling Bride. Next was No Good Dragon Goes Unpunished by Rachel Aaron, which is the 3rd book in the Heartstricker series. This is one of my series goals, and I finally got to the 3rd one. I had read the first 2 a couple of times, and I finally powered through. I gave it 5 stars. It was great. It was wonderful. I was a little scared in the beginning. I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, am I still going to love this? I did. I still loved it. I am very concerned about what's going to happen next. But it is so good. And it kind of, I was thinking about when I was reading it, it makes me feel a lot of the same feelings I have reading The Others, or whatever it's called, by Written and Read is the first book by Anne Bishop. Like, they give me a lot of the same, like, feelings. I feel like that book is a little bit more, like, there's more characters, that series, than this one. I mean, they are a little similar in, like, kind of some of the plot points and stuff, or, like, the world building. But it was a pleasure to read. Next was Crossroads by Devney Perry, which was another Kindle Unlimited book, and one where I got it out on audio. I've read some Devney Perry in the past and really enjoyed it, so I was just like, I might as well keep reading her. And I give this 5 stars. That may have been a dramatic 5, but I literally like went out to like go grocery shopping or something and started listening to this, and then came home and sat on the couch and like scrolled on my phone and played games so that I could finish listening to it. And so I just blew through this audiobook in one night. So I felt it deserved 5 stars. It's like small town romance. It was great. It was emotional. I cried. Were the two other graphic novels I read from the Fable series, Rose Red and Super Team. I gave both of these 4 stars. Rose Red was a little on the long side. I feel like it was almost too long, but you know. And then Super Team was kind of short. So, you know. And then the last book I read was Misfits Like Us by Krista and Becca Ritchie, which is the 11th, I think, book in the Like Us series. It's the first book in Luna and Donnelly's story. I gave it 4 stars. I listened to it on audio. I have this one on audio. I don't have the other 2 on audio. I did like it. I have been waiting for Luna and Donnelly a long time, so I'm happy to get there. Can I just say, I'm sure I've complained about this before. Why in the world do we constantly glamorize smoking and vaping in these books? It drives me crazy. So yeah, that it just takes me out every single time. Also, I know I have complained about this before, and it is something I'm worried about because now they're writing like these Cobalt Empire books, and I'm sure we are going to get Beckett's story. And Beckett is a ballet dancer, and the brief moments we had with Beckett in here, we already had, or like mentions of Beckett, we had incorrect information about how ballet companies work, and it just drives me crazy. So again, it pulls me out of the story. So I like the romance between Luna and Donnelly. This actually went very slow, which I was kind of surprised, but I appreciated. And there are moments between Donnelly and Lauren Hale, Luna's dad, and they are great moments. And Donnelly did some stuff in here that I really liked that he did. Now this book ends on like kind of dramatic cliffhanger-ish kind of situation. I do plan on finishing this. It's one of my series goals for the year, so and everything, but I'm a little worried about, because especially the last book is, hold on, let me show you because they're not that far. Like, so this is the next one, Unlucky Like Us, and then this is the last one, Nobody Like Us. And for the most part, like, books don't need to be this long. So like, I feel like I will say I feel like there's been a Kindle Unlimited-ification of romance, where because page numbers or page reads are a part of how you get paid. Also, these are 2 different textures. I did not know that. That's weird. I think authors are sometimes even subconsciously incentivized to write longer books, and especially when they're self-pub, so nobody's there to tell you to stop. Because I feel like sometimes, don't get me wrong, I like Krista and Becca, but I think sometimes they kind of revisit the same story points over and over again unnecessarily. And I get it. I feel like it's kind of like it's something I feel like you would read a lot. I haven't read fan fiction in forever, but I feel like it's something you would see a lot in fan fiction, just because it's almost like a writing exercise. But in theory, editing should help you. So I'm not really sure where we're gonna go, like how we have this much more story to go. But I guess I'm here along for the ride. So yes, but so those are the books I've read. That is my wrap up for this spring. I now have to get changed and go for a run. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.